You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sip and Grow the podcast with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. So, today we have a very random wine. It's my favorite grape, Malbec. I know we have drank a bunch of Malbecs on here, but you know what? I honestly got this one because I saw the bottle and I thought it was cool, and I was like, fuck it, let's see what happens. And probably not the best decision, and here's why. This is why sometimes you need to maybe research on the spot the wines you're getting, but this is the beauty of getting random wines. You just randomly pick it up and you're like, wow, I like this bottle, let me try it. So that's what we're going to do today, because I did not find any information on this producer. So we're just going to talk about the area where it's from, which, I mean, you guys probably already guessed it. It's from Mendoza, Argentina, but it's in a specific area in Mendoza, so we'll talk about that. And this was another find in my favorite, one of my favorites, not my favorite, one of my favorite Argentinian bakeries called Milanos. This one cost me $20.99, so it's a little bit on the pricier side, like medium price, not super expensive, but like not super cheap either. It's called E Especial Class Malbec Reserva. It's a 2018 vintage. So this one specifically is from an area in Mendoza called, so it's from Agrelo in Lujan de Cuyo. So Agrelo is like a micro region within Lujan de Cuyo, and Lujan de Cuyo is within Mendoza. So Agrelo is actually located at the foot of the Andes Mountains, and it's about 30 kilometers more or less from south of the capital of Mendoza. So we're gonna go ahead and try this out. On the back of the bottle, I just heard a random noise coming from the garage. Kind of creepy because it's late at night and I can't see over there, but that's fine. This is sometimes when I hear like noises, I'm like, this is a time where I wish I was live streaming so that if something did happen, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're using the knife today. We're getting aggressive today. On the back of the bottle, I'm gonna read it to you now. I just feel like choosing violence with this bottle today because the knife is just not cooperating. Dude, one time, yeah, I did tell you guys this story, but like one time I cut myself with these papers and no lie, it wouldn't stop bleeding for like 5 minutes. These papers are dangerous. They look innocent, but they're not. They will cut you. So in the back of the bottle, it has a quote. It says, well, I would love to find more information on this producer because now I have questions. Did you quote this producer? Which I think they did, but or is this someone else's quote? We'll never know because again, couldn't find any information on this on the web. Maybe they're doing it right. Maybe we shouldn't have all the information on the web. Maybe we should be forced to go to the producer and learn about them in person. Pay my flight. In the back it says dreamers whose paths are let's start over. Dreamers whose paths aligned for the realization of an idea, protected by the supreme being who sees everything reinforcing their spirits, values, determination, and friendship, sharing the love and passion for wine, giving rise to the E class. Okay, that's definitely why there's an I there. Oh, that's so funny. Today I actually, speaking about dreaming and dreamers, today I reposted something on Instagram that I thought was like spot on. It was talking about trust that your daydreams aren't. What was it? Trust that your daydreams aren't crazy or like wild. They're just instructions like for you to follow, because like what I got from it was like our daydreams are here to kind of like whatever you're daydreaming about is probably what you should be doing, because nothing is a coincidence, and we've spoken about this before. Wow, this cork is a sturdy boy. He's aggressive. It's very hard. Oh my god, that felt like so much effort. Ooh, crystals. It has like little crystal particles at the end of the cork. Sorry, getting getting so distracted by sounds and noises. Um, the price tag is here. I know. I couldn't take it out. The smell of this is already intriguing me. But going back to daydreaming, I do definitely think like keeps you, whatever is on your mind 24/7 is probably something that you should be doing. Like nothing is a coincidence, and everything is and happens for a reason, right? And like we just need a moment of appreciation for that pour and the color of this wine. 10 out of 10. Hold on. Let me turn to a page because what the hell? This is like beautiful Malbec plum color, 10 out of 10. Oh my god. So it's giving me those like dark red fruit note flavors on the nose, and even has like a peppery kick to it, like red pepper, and almost like a jammy. It kind of like smells like red jam, basically. Um, I would say like a strawberry jam. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh my god! So on um, the tongue, it's giving me like soft, smooth tannins. Very much now, actually, it's more like on the black fruit notes on the taste. So like blackberry, dark plum for sure. And almost like a hint of licorice, maybe. This is like very dark in your face, like medium bodied Malbec. So it lingers and stays on your tongue, but it's also like on the tannin side of things, it's very soft and velvety. So I think this is a well rounded Malbec. If you tend to like heavier Malbecs, I think this is a good way to go. Would I would I say this is like one of my top Malbecs? Honestly, no. I actually not a huge fan of this wine right now. It's not bad, but it's the thing is I love Malbecs, and for me I kind of feel I need to know more. I kind of feel like this has additives in it just by the taste, and I know that's really bad. And it might just be that I just don't like this one, and that's it. And it's good to other people, but I kind of feel like, yeah, I don't know, and maybe that's why the color is the way it is, because maybe it has like mega purple in it. I don't know. This is assumptions. I have no idea if they added anything to it. I'm just doing this based off of taste. And for me, will I finish this? Yeah, for sure. But like, would I buy this again for $20.99? I know a Malbec that costs $12.99 that I would drink any day over this one, just because the taste is way different. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's the worst Malbec I've had, but I definitely probably wouldn't buy it again. This one I would probably rate 5.5 out of 10. Not my favorite. We're gonna leave it at that. But you know what I was thinking the other day? This is a random tangent, but it's going back to like what we were talking about, daydreaming, and you know, following basically following what feels right to you. And I feel like a lot of people, I think it's really hard for a lot of people because you I think you need to understand yourself first before you can go on the journey of doing things that you want to do. Because if you don't know who you are, or you don't understand who you are, how are you going to know what you want or what you like or what you don't like? And I feel like you know, a lot of people, because everyone is guilty of doing this, including myself, like when you stop running away from who you are and you embrace who you are and you align with who you are, that is when everything starts to make sense, right? And when things start to make sense is when you have, or you build, not only understanding for yourself and who you are, but also have compassion for yourself and compassion for others, and understand that like you you need to stop running and start becoming, right? And that's like there's a famous like quote around there that has that same phrase that I just said. And you need to start becoming who you want to be or who you are. And I think a lot of times too, when we start doing the work on ourselves and we finally see a little bit of results, we think that's it. But the thing is, the secret, and that's not a secret, it's actually very open. If you pay attention, you'll understand this. But life is all about unlocking levels. And I was talking about this with my friend the other day. But like, it's so crazy how when you get to a new level, you're a beginner again. And everything is about unlocking new levels. It's like if you've ever played, one of the games I played growing up with my brother on PlayStation was Crash. And every time you would beat like a bad guy, you would have to go to like the next level, and then you would have to fucking beat that level and beat the bad guy to get to the next level. And like, I think that's Crash Bandicoot. Who would have thought this would be a life quote? But you gotta beat the bad guy in the level you're at in order to get to the new level. And then you just start all over again to try to get to the top to get to the next level. And like, life is about unlocking levels and being okay with being a starter at the next level, because when you're a starter at the next level, I think that's when the fun happens and you start embracing being a beginner or a starter, and you take all the knowledge and experiences that you've had from the previous levels to this new level, and then you might approach that a little bit differently. And like, who knows, like maybe you'll unlock that level faster and maybe not. But maybe it's because you're not meant to unlock that level faster, because there's certain parameters that need to be met or certain things that you need to accomplish or understand in order to get to the next level. And like, when you start viewing life like that is like when you start enjoying each step that you're in, and you just start trusting too, like that everything that comes along your aligned path is gonna come at the right time when you need it to come. So your path is your own, and that is beautiful. And don't rush anything, and just embrace becoming who you're meant to be, and you're gonna fucking kill it. I know you will. But, anyways, cheers to this episode. If you want to try this wine, you can get it at Milanos in Tamarack, Florida. If not, I will try to find a link for it. If not, I'll just let you know where I got it from. But again, $20.99. My rating is a 5.5 out of 10. Not my cup of tea, but if it's yours, you know where to find it. Cheers.